Okay, so in this video we're going to show you how to fix any issues you have with parts possibly touching the wheels um, with your design. So let's go ahead and switch this over to under camera. Let's go to parallel projection, and then let's go ahead and hit on the front view. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to hit T for tape measure, and I'm going to verify currently what I'm dealing with. So let me kind of hover around this wheel. Let me go to center, click once. As I move over to the left and just along that red axis, as I touch that airfoil, I'm at 19. There's a little squiggly line, which means I'm just over 19 millimeters. And if I come over here, I'm about the same at about 19, just over 19 millimeters. So 20 is the ideal number. So I'm not too far off, but I could fix that. Same thing over here. Let me hit T for tape measure. Let me hover around. Let me go to center, click once. Okay, let me just move along the red axis. So I'm dealing with the same number here, just over 19 and just over 19. Okay, so the easiest thing to probably do is just move parts. So let's start with possibly moving the wheels. If I click on a wheel and I hit M for move, what I can do here, and I'll just find the center, the easiest thing to do, is I could click once in the center, and I always, with a wheel, always want to move it along the red axis. And if I want to be very specific, I can move in the direction that I know I do need to move, and I could type in a number, for example, like 2 for 2 millimeters. As you'll notice in the bottom right-hand corner, it says length. I typed in 2, I hit enter, and then I specifically can move an object a certain distance. Now let me hit Control Z. So that's one thing to do, is to move your wheels. Once again, only along the red axis. And then the other obvious choice is to move parts. Same thing applies here, but I have a few options with parts. I can click on, for example, a side pod. I could hit M for move. Really click anywhere on the side pod. I'll just click right here. Same as before, I can either move left, I can move right, but what some of you might even have to do is move vertically, which means you have to make sure you're moving along the blue axis. Very important, along the blue axis. So either blue axis or red axis, and if I wanted to move vertically or horizontally, once again, just type in a number to move to that precise location. So let me hit Control Z. This drawing here, actually, I don't have that choice. If I move wheels or parts, I'm still going to run into the same problem. So I'm going to show you a third option. I'm going to select the side pod, which seems to be probably the culprit here to fix this problem. I'm going to turn on X-ray, and with this part selected, I'm actually going to hit S for scale. And I'm actually going to be moving the center red square. Do not grab a corner, do not grab an edge. I'm only going to move either this center red square. I could also move this one in the back, but I'm only going to change the length. Now before I can do anything, I got to figure out what I'm dealing with. So if I were to put my tape measure on this corner, click, and then come to this opposite corner, this is a 70 millimeter part, and let's say I wanted to shrink this down 3 millimeters to give myself a little bit more wiggle room between the wheel and the side pods. Okay, so I have currently a 70 millimeter side pod. I want to take it down to 67. So if you minimize, you'll probably find a calculator on your desktop. I'm going to type in 67 divided by 70, which is actual length of the part, and I get this number, 0.957. Now I'm going to round down. I'm going to say 0.95. So if I want to make something shorter, I take the smaller number and divide it by the larger number. So once again, let me hit S for scale. And you have to keep your eye in the bottom right-hand corner here to really see what's going to happen. So with scale selected, I'm going to click on this red square. I'm going to move, and I'm going to type in a number. In this case, I'm going to type in 0.95. Okay, it was 0.957, so I just rounded down to 0.95. I'm going to hit enter. Okay, I'm now going to go back to my front view, and what you will have noticed is, if you look carefully here, I'll turn off X-ray, the part just got a little bit shorter, and with a little bit of finagling and typing in, I should be able to fix the problem.